Nah, what a horrible shot. Let's do that again. Kind of want to see this course. All right, that's where I'm aiming. I want to aim that way. I want to see what this hole looks like, don't you? All right, let's see where we are shooting. And we're going down here. Yeah, I like that. All right, I want a nice clear view. We'll take the UI off of this. Get out there. That one will work. 48 yards out. We're on. All right. Welcome back to another I Golf and I Make Stuff video. Showing you a couple new features on the box there. And even the newest one is going to have Y for heat map, so you'll be able to hit Y. UI is gone because you can just turn that off when you're hitting. But on this one that we're using, so you can toggle the putt if you're off the fringe. I really like that. So the new one's going to have that too. But everything else is the same. Right there. Super easy to use. If you want to buy the full version, you can. Or we have the DIY version. So let's get into that. All right, let's get into it. So this is the newest version. We're going to have mulligan, heat map, and putt. I was able to figure out one button mulligan with heat map and putt. There's just one simple direction you need to do on your computer because, of course, you know, your computer still thinks this is a wireless keyboard, and I have to have 2 points touching each other constantly in order to get one button mulligan, so your keyboard thinks you're hitting mulligan or M and control at the same time. So if you see here, these two are connected. With that, when you hit heat map, it used to give you Y. Yeah, Y, and it would shut the computer off. But if you follow this, like, just one time, you got to go into your settings on your computer and just turn this board's ability to use your computer like that, and you're good to go, and you'll never have to do it again. So, no programming. Computer just thinks it's a keyboard. I did get out all of the soldering. So if you watched my previous videos, there's no more soldering. This is now the new board. I'll have different versions, I think. So this is the one without mulligan. Oh, can you hear me? This is the version without mulligan. I'm waiting on more stock of my mulligan version with the heat map, but it's the same thing with this going on to here. So we're going to go through it. I'm not going to show you guys how to solder this on. If you want, you can watch the other videos because they still are okay to watch for even these new versions. Give you some, extra insight. You have, red and black. Obviously, you line those up, positive, negative. You cut these off, solder it on, and then now this press fits right onto here, and then you screw it in and you're good. No soldering. You still have to solder the buttons in, but we're going to go through and show you how that's done. So I got the battery soldered on here. Let me see if I can't bring you in a little closer. We're back. So in order to use my phone camera as the good camera, I can't see what I'm recording. Maybe one day if this YouTube thing works, if I keep making cool stuff, we'll get a better camera. So I got that soldered on. That's all you need to do. Now what I'm going to do is take a little marker. And again, I'm always going to be iterating these boards. So depending on when you watch this, you know, some things might be easier, but this is probably going to be how everything stays, except for I might put holes there. I might put it so you can line it up easier, but this is the hard part now, but it's way easier than before. You have a little LED light here, and that kind of rests up against the top. You got to make sure you're down as far. You also need to put, and again, my next boards, I think at some time we'll get rid of this, but you don't want your contacts touching this. I'm going to stop it here and go underneath it next time and try to get it to not go that way. So this just prevents unnecessary touching. Take this board. I'm going to line up my marks. It might take you a little bit, but you can do, you can at least get it drilled. And they do line up ever so slightly. Okay. Dot. Oop. Dot. Okay. Now I take the drill and I just drill these holes out real quick like. Okay. Now you're going to get a bracket when you buy this board and the mouse. So this will come in one thing. This is 20 bucks here. And then the board itself is 20. And if you want me to do this part, it's $60 for me to put it together. So you take your brackets. This part, the ribby part, goes on the bottom. Put that through. Put that through. You get your LTT screwdriver ready. Okay. Now you want to have your hot glue gun already warmed up and ready because you're going to have to do that in order to keep this in position. Will you move your hands? So I'm lining them up. Okay, I'm going to push it on there a little bit. I'm going to get some hot glue just to kind of hold that on there where we want it. Not a whole lot because you don't know if you screwed up yet. Okay, you're going to let that dry. Okay, once that glue is set just enough, or enough, however you want, so take your screwdriver. You're going to start that. For the drill bit size, just, I don't even know what it is. Just a small one that these screws can go through. That's, you know, don't make it too big. These screws will also break if you get too tight, so You do want to screw it down decently tight, but you'll feel it. And this is just going to pressure fit that bar. And you can just kind of keep going a little bit. Okay, that one's tight. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dongle, and again, all of my videos are going to kind of overlap. I'm just going to keep upgrading what we do, making things easier. The mouse, the board and your mouse will use the same dongle, so that's kind of nice. So now we're going to do here, put that in, that light comes up, and we're just going to test it real quick, make sure we're touching the right point. So take one of your buttons, and you might be able to hear it if we're clicking right. So they're all labeled O, F3, J, enter. Left and right are obviously opposite because this board is going to sit in here, and then you're going to play like this because this is where the buttons will be. So, except for this one, F3, I don't know. I screwed up, I guess. This is, what is this? We're going to go here. You can hear it click. U, so putt toggle. So that one's U. So you can hear it all here. F3, J, enter, up, right, down, left, U, H, Y, I, and K. There we go. We got all of our points. It seems to work. It's way easier. Boom, put together. Like I said, if you want it this far, it's $60 for the board. So then I take my hot glue gun. Make sure you got a higher end one. It doesn't have to be an industrial one like this. I kind of put some dabs of glue on. This kind of protects you guys. And then I like to put glue here. I don't know why. It makes me feel better, right? You got hot glue, you might as well use it. Impact resistance, you don't need this thing moving anywhere. A little bit on the screws. Yeah, you want at least like a 100-watt glue gun. This one's 300, but any normal one will work. You just need it to be hot. You're going to also want to put some hot glue now on your, now that you know it works. Don't get it all over the board. It doesn't need to be. Just, you don't want your wires coming off. And again, I'll probably, well, this will part all be done now up to, you know, this is a $60 version. Other than that, if you got the separate parts, you're doing this yourself. Hot glue. Okay, we're going to let that dry. All right, I'm not going to go into it too much because it's already done on other portions of my channel here. As far as this cutouts just makes it easier, not only for me to repair if I ever have a repair, it also makes it easier for you guys when you're putting this together. So the buttons, they always face down. I'll just go through it real quick. Just one, put it in. Okay. And what you do is you take your solder and you solder it in. So this board isn't meant for this box. That's why I'm not going to solder it. But if you watch my other videos, you can see where we're at. So this is just an update on how much easier I'm making this DIY version. And there you go. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out. I'll have the links in the description for all this stuff. Like I said, I think you're going to be able to buy the box. So you'll be able to buy the box. Where is it? the back plate and battery cover that go on there. This will be $40 as a kit. You'll get the screws with that too. The buttons, so you'll get 13 buttons for $15, or you can get them on Amazon. You'll have to buy 20 because they only sell them in packs of 10. So get them here. $20 for just this board, $20 for this board and the mouse and the battery dongle here. So, and then the free STL for this. You can print this yourself if you have the ability. It is on my printables. I'll link everything in the description. So yeah, you can build this for, so $55 from the stuff that you get from BA Custom Products, and then print your own box that I give the free STL, or there'll be different variation layers of the DIY capabilities. So depending on what you want to do. And then of course the full box is $169. Good to go. You plug it in, you disable this thing's ability to turn your computer off, so your one button mulligan works and you're good to go. All right, cool beans.